Wherever I go, I'm on home turf. Weex mobile browsers. No download, just trading. Storage for memories, freedom for trades. Weex mobile browsers. No download, just trading. Weak signal, strong trade. Weex mobile browsers. No download, just trading.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome to another Weekly News Recap with yours truly, Crypto Blood. All right, man, I'm so excited this week because we got a great guest. She's been on my show personally a few times. She's rocking it. She's knocking it out the park. We're going to talk to Jenna X later in the stream today. But first, I want you guys to drop your thumbs up. Show me where you're tuning in from today in the stream. I would love to know where you guys are tuning in from. We've got some great giveaways coming up this week. So stick around towards the end. I'm giving away some money so you guys can trade on Weex. I'm excited. You should be as well. So without further ado, let's get into the show, guys. First, I want to talk about the market overview for this week. So it's been a crazy week, a lot of volatility, especially because of the geopolitical tensions that we have over in the Middle East. That is making markets go up and down. Some are even saying manipulation. They're calling manipulation on a lot of this, on a lot of these market moves. So it's good for traders like us, though, right? We want volatility in the market, so it's great to see the volatility. I'm not complaining. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely not complaining about that. We got Chicago in the house. A lot of thumbs up. Thank you guys for tuning in today. We'll get to your questions. Drop your questions in the chat room as well right now. We're going to get to your questions in a bit. So again, the market overview today, it's been crazy. I'm not going to lie. I thought the markets were going to go in a different direction. I'm not going to lie. We had a Bart Simpson setup, but unfortunately, it kind of fell apart. It fell apart. What am I talking about? Let me bring it up right now. So, as you guys can see, I had a perfect Bart Simpson setup for us. Excellent. He's sitting on the line and everything. He's got his hands in his pockets. He's ready to go. And then all of a sudden, Jenna, something just out of nowhere, boom, we just go up, we just explode, and we kind of canceled that Bart Simpson pattern. I don't know what's going on, why the move up. There are talks about a ceasefire. They're talking in Islamabad today or tomorrow. They're all meeting there. I think that's why we're getting the optimism in the markets today, guys. But we were definitely set up for another leg down. And what we can do now, because we didn't get that, you got to adapt with the markets. We can go ahead and start drawing our trend lines. You guys should know by now, Crypto Blood only uses trend lines and A's and V's. That's all I use. Keep it simple, stupid. Right? That's what we do on Crypto Blood's channel. So what I'm looking at here, if I could draw another line and take us up even more, and then we can do one more line here and take us up one more like that. All right, so we've got a very steep trend line that typically will break. Something of this angle will most likely not hold. So we're pressing up against, as you can see here, we had it a few times. We had a little wick here. We had a test of the liquidity here, another wick here, and we're kind of gradually getting ourselves up to this $63,000 Bitcoin. And that is where the pressure is either going to explode higher. And it's all predicated on what happens with the geopolitical situation right now. This is what's driving the markets at the moment. So we'll either get that pressure move up because of some good news out of Islamabad this today, going into the weekend. I told you guys Friday, start fading. That's what I'm doing. I'm not giving you financial advice, but Friday, I said I'm going to start fading the markets because I don't have any confidence in the talks over in the Middle East. I think they're going to fall apart. And what the scenario I see happening is a breakdown at least to $70,000 Bitcoin right here. All right. And then we can just, we can go from there. We can go from there. But that is my scenario. Talks will kind of break down. And yeah, I don't get caught with your pants down on this one, guys, because the move is probably premature. Markets are getting a little ahead of themselves, in my opinion. But I got another one to show you. We'll take a look at the big Ethereum in a minute. But I have another chart that I love pulling up during my live streams. And this chart is the one that's going to give you the golden ticket. All right, I drew this squiggly line yesterday, and we almost followed it to a T. The area of contention is going to be, and this is let me back up. The total 3 market cap. What is that? What is crypto total market cap? It's the ticker is total 3. It is available on TradingView. It's one I highly suggest you take a look at. This chart here, guys, is every coin, every crypto except Bitcoin and Ethereum. And the reason why I like this is because it gives you a deeper pulse on the markets, in my opinion. So I love this chart. I actually put the Bloodlytics line on top of this chart as well to give me an additional edge. But as you can see, this yellow line right here, we've been tapping it every time. Right here, we tapped it here, and we're kind of starting to move back up towards it again. My thesis is that we will bump up against this and then roll over at least to $700,000 or $700 billion market cap, I should say, on the altcoins. That's where I think the scenario lines up for us, because again, I feel like the talks in Islamabad will fall apart, and that will cause risk off over the weekend. We'll see. Not financial advice, just giving you my take on everything today. Again, hit that like button, share the stream, ladies and gentlemen. We greatly appreciate it. Now, I want to talk about some of the market sentiment as well. I don't think I have the, I think I can bring up the fear and greed over at Coin Market Cap really quickly to show you what exactly is going on. So Coin Market Cap is giving us a fear and greed index of 48 at the moment. So again, yesterday we were heading lower, and then this morning we got another pop. So we're starting to head higher with the fear and greed towards 50, which is your neutral zone. We're in neutral zone now. Anything above 40 is going to be neutral. So we're in the neutral zone right now. So that doesn't mean good. That doesn't mean bad. We're kind of right in the middle, lukewarm. We can go either way. Again, I've told you my thesis on which way we're going to go based on geopolitical talks that will go on this weekend. So just kind of giving you a little pulse on that. We talked about the key resistant and support areas from the standpoint of the altcoins. I really think that will play out over the weekend, where we'll get a rollover and another test. I'm not saying we're going absolutely to see Elmo. Where's Elmo? Where's Elmo, ladies and gentlemen? Let me see where Elmo. We got Bart on the screen. Let's see where Elmo is. Elmo is hanging out somewhere below my... Oh, there he goes. There he goes. All right, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Elmo. How you doing there, buddy? So Elmo is hanging out with us in the $55,000 range for Bitcoin. Ultimately, I think we do roll over to that point. But thankfully, and those that are watching, you are active traders. You know how to short. You know how to make money on the way down. You know how to make money on the way up. We don't have to worry about things falling apart and Bitcoin being caught by Elmo. All right, you can still make money over on Weex. with that. All right. So hope that helps you guys this week. So some crypto news. Now I'm gonna show you this really quickly, but I want to actually get Jenna X's take on these topics for the week that we're talking about. The recap for crypto this week, guys. Some top headlines though: stablecoin dominance. All right, we've got annual transaction volume now reaching $33 trillion, officially surpassing the combined volume of Visa and MasterCard. That is insane. AI agent revolution. We got some Solana news. Skilled agent skills just launched on the 4th of April, enabling AI to perform autonomous on-chain DeFi transactions and payments. That's awesome. That is the future. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I want to get Jenna's comments on this and get her feedback. But I personally think that it won't be the institutions, it won't be you crypto bros out there, it won't be it won't be the degenerates, the degens, it won't be anyone but AI that's gonna boost crypto in the next wave. The agents might be the ones that take Bitcoin to $1 billion. All right. I'll definitely have to get her take on that. But also top headlines, institutional shift. So markets are focusing and pivoting from retail speculation toward B2B utility and regulatory compliance. Again, that kind of falls under B2B. I'm going to say A to A. AI to AI. Agent to agent. There you go. I coined it first here on Weex News Wrap. We got A to A. Utility coming as well. So the Clarity Act as well, that's something that's still on the table. A lot of people are thinking this is going to be a very positive thing for crypto. I said that last week on the weekly news wrap, that seeing the CFTC take purview over crypto is the best option if I had to pick one. I think we shouldn't have any, but that's another, But yes, if I had to pick, CFTC is better than SEC. So I'm really, really glad we went that way. And lastly, Ripple. I got the best person to talk about Ripple. We're going to talk about Ripple and this new strategic alliance, this partnership with Convera. I don't know much about it, so I think we'll definitely have to get Jenna X on to talk about that. Jenna X, without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in Jenna X, also I guess known as Army Piper. I don't know. Jenna X, let's bring her to the stage. Jenna, what's going on? How are you today?
I'm doing amazing, thank you. AKA Army Piper for the day. I just look a little different. How you like my hair, right?
Army, I didn't know you could be so beautiful. I didn't know.
Thank you. I've been working for it.
So Jenna, tell us about this Convera. We'll start at the bottom. Tell us about this Convera Ripple partnership that is going on. I think that's pretty exciting. I'm not a big Ripple fan, but I know you are. This is a big win for Ripple, yes?
Yeah, it's a huge win for Ripple. And I mean, this is like part of, everybody's like, oh, XRP is going to replace Swift, blah, 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 blah. Well, now, it actually kind of is starting to make sense. This is pretty huge because Convera, is formerly known as a little company called Western Union Business Solutions. So not a big deal at all or anything like that.
Not a big deal. No, not at all.
Roughly processing over like $190 billion in transaction volume. It's a lot. But the cool thing with this partnership is, and this is going to kind of make you hungry when I talk about it, but they have this stablecoin sandwich model, right? So instead of Swift, where everything takes like 3 to 5 days, we gotta sit here, we gotta do it during banking hours and everything like this. There is what's called the stablecoin sandwich. It's a fiat in, so basically they're gonna take your payment in your local traditional fiat currency, then they're gonna do your stablecoin settlement, which runs on the XRPL and Ripple's newly launched stablecoin. They're gonna use RLUSD for that, so you have that doing all of the transactions it needs to, and then your fiat's going to come out. So you fiat in, stablecoin settlement, fiat out, back to the local currency. Makes it super easy. So you're within, seconds, minutes versus, waiting 3 to 5 days to clear globally. Who has time for that? It's making things way more efficient. And now, you don't have to wait. Everybody likes that,
So
right?
how does that play into, that sounds good, right? On paper. I love that. That's a big win. Round of applause for Ripple. How does that help XRP, the token? That's what people want to know.
Everybody wants number go up, right? No, I think
Yep.
the biggest thing with that, they're using RLUSD, right? They're not using XRP for that. But the
Okay.
biggest thing is just actually using the rails, using the XRPL. I think that for XRP, I mean, some things might flow into it, but that's not really the purpose of this.
Okay.
I wouldn't look at that to boost the price of XRP. I would look for the price of XRP to be boosted based on like people actually builders building on the XRPL, new integrations, all different things, regulatory clarity, as we passed the Clarity Act, all those other things, and being used and actually being built. I wouldn't actually hold my breath on that affecting the price of XRP personally, realistically.
See, this is why we have Jenna X on, ladies and gentlemen. She's gonna keep it real. She's gonna keep it real, and that's what I was hoping she would say that.
It's gonna send me to 10,000 a coin, blood.
I thought we were going to 5,000. What's the number that the meme that was going on for years? 5 something. What was it?
589.
589, baby. Let's go. We're going to 589 for XRP. So that's great news, man. I like that for Ripple. That's a great situation for them. What about the Clarity Act? How do you feel about the Clarity Act? And then we got another bill that's kind of being held up right now as well, right? But what's your take on the Clarity Act and CFTC being having purview over crypto? Is that a good thing?
The biggest thing right now with the Clarity Act and the issue is really like we have this yield dispute, right? The banks don't want stablecoin yield. They're against that. But I mean, obviously the crypto companies, we want that so we can be able to compete and everything like that. And another big thing is the AML, KYC, all that's going to be pushed forward and everything. But I think the CFT should have jurisdiction over that, but it's still like a huge divide. But I think doesn't it like split the responsibilities? It's not just fully on the CFTC, from what I understand, right?
I don't know. I didn't know that it was going to be split. I know that a lot. There were a few coins that they said definitely would be under CFTC. Now, I guess you can't put a blanketed umbrella over every coin, right? Because some coins might be considered securities. But for the primary ones, from my understanding, your Bitcoin, your ETH, Solana, XRP, they're all gonna go under the umbrella or purview of CFTC, and from my understanding, might be wrong, but I think that's what's gonna happen. Yeah.
Okay, I just know that they were definitely splitting some responsibilities between that. But the important part is that, it's going to create that clear taxonomy to actually define, what a digital asset is. And we finally need that. I feel like it's been forever. Yes. But the thing is, I know that they're pushing for right now, Scott Bessent and Paul Atkins, they're trying to get this pushed through before the 2026 midterm election, because then the election cycle shuts down and that'll shut down the legislative floor. So I know that there's like that sense of urgency to get that pushed through ASAP.
Yeah, it's going to be not getting political, but after the midterms, I don't think much is going to get done. For the pro camp that's a Republican, right? The Republicans typically have been advocates of crypto. And so I think they're going to have a huge problem come midterms or after midterms. A lot of things may not get passed through. So it's better that they get this done before then, for sure. Also, let's talk about, are you a fan of, see, I'm a Solana fan. I know I need to change my name to Crypto Solana or Blood Solana or something. I don't know. Crypto Solana Blood. I don't know. But Are you interested in Solana's ecosystem? Because they just launched 80 plus pre-built AI skills, making Solana the primary hub for AI and blockchain integration. Tell us what you know about that.
So I do like, okay, I'm chain agnostic and I do love Solana. I mean, I'm a degenerate, so I'm on there trading the tokens. I did the pump fund, all the fun things. So I can't hate on Solana.
Right, right,
I can't
right.
hate on them at all. But they're definitely like working things out in waves right now, and they have the Solana agent skills that they're introducing, which is kind of a big deal because developers they can just easily use these pre-built skill components and just work them into their AI tools with single line of code. The only thing that I really worry about with this stuff is I'm like, well, if that agent makes a mistake, a bad financial trade, or interacts with like a corrupt smart contract or something, I think that's the only time it's probably going to be a problem. And I'm not smart enough to handle one of those agents. So, that's why I'm not a developer. But it's pretty cool. I mean, they're keeping up with the changes. And as you were saying earlier, AI, right? You think that's going to be what takes Bitcoin to 1 billion? Why
That's
not?
what's
It's
going
going to
to
be the AI
take it
agents
there. I think
trading.
so. A lot of us aren't thinking about that. That is going to be the catalyst because think about the future, right? We're not going to have jobs. A lot of us won't have jobs. Our agents will be working for us. So you can spin up basically an infinite amount of agents.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You don't have to wait for a person to go from an infant to a working adult, right? That lag time of 14, 15 years is not there with an agent. They can get going right when you deploy it, right? So I think you're going to see an explosion of agents in this ecosystem, creating things, buying and selling things, and it's going to really cause a lot of pressure, in my opinion, on some of these cryptos. We'll
Oh,
see, though.
yeah. But also normal traders, right? And everything to try to
Hmm.
compete with trading against all of these AI agents. I think it's going to cause
Yeah.
a lot of mental agony, to be honest. But I really just think that that's where we're headed, and you've got to get on board. You've got to learn, right?
Now, the trading, you're a trader. People that may not know this, Jenna's actually a very good trader. She's taking some time off, but she'll be back in the ring soon. But trading is a zero-sum game. I'm not convinced that the agents will like take over and be able to like outdo us traders. I'm not in that camp, Jenna.
I don't know. I think they artificially inflate so much, and I think it's hard to trade against them, right? It's already hard to trade against bots, so I think things are going to get a lot more complicated. But what I will tell you is this morning would have been a lot better of a Friday had I checked my Scalpalytics at 10 a.m. and gotten that entry. But guess who missed it? That's okay. There will be other times. I was like,
What Jenna is talking
no.
about, I know, man. That was a great trade this morning on Scalpalytics. It was an excellent trade. If I can, let me see if I can bring that trade up.
It
Actually,
was
so
such a good trade, and I was
it
like
was a great
busy
trade.
getting ready. I was like,
It was a great trade. So let me see if I can bring up that trade that Jenna's talking about on. We had again. This is why I love Scalpalytics and using rule-based systems because it just pretty much gets your opinions out of the way, right? So this is an Ethereum long that we went initiated earlier today, right at the start of the session, and boom, we went long. We flopped and groped a couple of times there, but then
you were street smart, bro.
I know. I thought I was street smart too. I know. But we finally got it right here. Boom. And off to the races. And we're heading higher as well. Yeah, great trade there for the Scalpalytics team. Bloodalytics.com. Check it out. Definitely check it out. Let's talk about, and I actually have a 7-day trial. Maybe we can sneak in there at the end. I'll show you guys to sign up for Scalpalytics. You just got to have a Weex account, though. You got to have a Weex account. We're only doing it for you guys that have Weex heads. Weex heads. I like that. Weex heads. I want to talk to you about the stablecoin situation. How do you feel about stablecoin dominance? This new headline that volume has officially reached $33 trillion, officially surpassing the combined volume of Visa and MasterCard. Oh, we're in a new age now. This is a totally new age. Yes.
They are sweating. They need to definitely change some
This
things
may be
because
why,
wow.
Jenna. Sorry to cut you off. This may be why we're getting the Wall Street guys coming in and sabotaging the stablecoin yield thing, right? This would
Mm.
be a just a death sentence for Visa and Mastercard if we get the yield and everything. I don't know. What's your take?
Yeah, because well, we already had the okay, so let's back it up. The drivers like behind the growth. We've already seen that. I think I had it written down here. I looked it up before the show. Like it was like 72% year over year increase, right? With these stable coins. That's absolutely insane. And some of the drivers, like we have regulatory clarity right now with the Genius Act that passed, your corporate and B2B adoption. That's huge. And the geopolitical and inflation utility. So you're mixing all of these together and it's just absolutely explosive. But at the same point in time, if MasterCard and Visa don't actually step up, they're gonna have some issues. But I think definitely that's why you're seeing like lobbying and pushing for, we don't want that. That's not fair. It's gonna hurt our banks. It's gonna hurt this and that. But yeah, let's make things more efficient because what we're doing right now is not working. I mean, absolutely, it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah, for sure. You're right. Absolutely right. Institutional shift. Market focuses pivots towards uh, B2B and
Mm-hmm.
regulatory compliance. This is kind of what we talked about earlier with Ripple, right? This is the B2B
Yep.
shift that we're starting to see in the markets. Um, any other news that you know of where the B2B shift is happening in crypto?
In crypto, so much like right now, like for real world use cases, like you see it in shipping, steel trading, global payroll. Scale AI uses it to be able to settle because, death now to your 3 to 5 day wait, right? Now we could do it 24/7, 365. And just like the savings on it, absolutely insane. People went from like the 2 to 7%. Now we're at 0.1% to 0.5%. Absolutely insane. Um, I'm not 100% of all of the different crypto companies that are using it, but it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, definitely, definitely a big deal. I want to also talk about the last thing I want to really touch on today is going to be ECB. So they formally reject Bitcoin as a reserve asset, citing stability concerns. Interesting take there. It's so funny that that happened. The ECB did that, Jenna, because yesterday on my video I talked about, and I know you probably have heard about this, rumors that Iran is accepting Bitcoin for toll payments in the Strait of Hormuz. Have you heard anything about that?
No, I'm just
Oh,
hearing this. I did not hear that. That's
okay,
crazy.
okay, yeah. So I
That's
don't
it.
think I don't think that's going to happen. If it is, it's in limited quantities because of that very point of volatility, right? I don't
Mhm.
feel like um, yeah, it's popped what 7%, 5% or whatever in the last couple of
Mhm.
days. But it's as you know, it'll go up 5%, 7%, but then it could go down 10%. Right? It's a double edged sword. It goes both ways. So I think what's your take on that? Do you think people are going to use Bitcoin as a means of transactions with it being so volatile? It's a
Yeah,
risk there,
absolutely.
isn't it?
Absolutely, but I mean, they didn't opt for stable coins. They said Bitcoin. But like as far as the ECB, we know Christine Lagarde hates Bitcoin. Like, why did we
Yeah.
think they would ever approve that? No, like absolutely not. But Bitcoin's a store of value if you don't need it right now, but it's for the people. It's money made for the people, right? So why wouldn't it be used? Um,
Yeah, I think there were rumors about them using USDT on Tron. I did hear
did they?
that.
Is it
Yeah, yeah.
Trumer? Okay.
It's a yeah. I don't know how true it is, but yeah, I did hear USDT on Tron. But the problem with USDT is they can come in and that smart contract they can block addresses. So I think there's some risk there for that move as well. But I just thought that was interesting. I wanted to get your take on that for sure. Now, what is your market outlook overall, Jenna, with crypto, with Bitcoin, and where we're going in the markets? How do you feel? Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Are you neutral? Kind of let us know how you feel about the markets right now.
Oh, not bullish at all. It's like any bear market, we get little
Mm-hmm.
pumps, right? But I think like the trend is your friend overall. Like you, I don't get overexcited with these. I always think it's a fake out. And even just like going into the weekend, I'm never long going into a weekend because I know it's a lower trading volume and everything like that. And it's just like I don't trust it. Like I don't trust Sunday overall. Like I don't see anything bullish at all. I think that we're going to be kind of sideways or bearish
Okay.
for a while. I don't see that changing. And that's okay, right? Because we know we can make money
Yeah.
either way. So totally fine. I'm just packing my bags with the things that I like right now because I know I have a long time to do that, though. In my opinion, I feel like I have plenty of time to do that. I don't think we're going to take
Yeah.
off anytime soon.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, I'm right there with you on that. Definitely. What about strategy and risk management currently? What's your strategy on the daily trading? Are you back daily trading or not quite? I know you've been using Bloodalytics, but
Yeah,
kind of
I
what's
think
your
it's
risk management and strategy with the day-to-day stuff?
I will only do like some scalping. What I can pay attention to, I'm not going to leave anything open overnight, no high leverage. I'm like a lower leverage scalper right now. Very boring, to be honest with you. And that's okay. And I'm patient and waiting for the setup. But to be honest with you, risk management, I took a lot of profits actually back when we talked a while ago, and I think it was over 6, 8, 9 months ago. So it was like last year and we were
Yeah.
talking about how we were coming out. We were like, I think the bear market's starting and everything like that. So I'm really happy with the way I played that. And now it's just kind of like holding. But when I see things I want, like I found a couple that I feel like are really, really undervalued that are side chains and EVM side chains of the XRP network. So I'm looking at those because I see everything they do. And I'm like, there's absolutely no reason why they should be at a $5 million market cap with like a 70 million supply. So I'm going for the ones that are those low gems where I know I can get a higher ROI on and watch like who's building the real utility. And then just stack those. And that way whenever I do take a bunch of it, I can roll it back into Bitcoin or whatever I like, XRP, and let it grow. That's where I'm at. I play it safe.
Nice, nice. There you go. Any advice for the community watching on Wix right now? Not financial advice, but kind of this. You kind of gave us something there. Anything else that you've been thinking about that you think would help the community as traders on
As
Wix?
traders on Wix, well, honestly, first of all, I gotta tell you, they got a ton of the best promos. Not just saying that because I'm on here, but they really do. Like they're
They really
literally
do.
running promos and giving away money all the
Yeah,
time. So don't sleep on
yeah,
those.
they are. And
Like
and they were doing the logo, the Lego thing before anyone.
I love it. I
They're
love
working
them
on.
for them.
We're gonna have a Lego blood here soon, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna have an intro for the show. I can't wait for the team to knock it out the park with that. But yeah, they do. They give a lot of giveaways. They have a lot of giveaways. They do, and I love the platform. The UA UX is pretty solid as well. I mean, as a trader, I know you use various exchanges. I use various exchanges, but that's better. That if you use a bunch of exchanges, I can tell you which ones are the best ones because I've used a
Yes.
whole bunch of them. So I know the good and the bad and the
Oh,
ugly.
this is
You know what
great.
I mean?
I've had no issues on Weeks at all, and I love it. It's super smooth. So it's definitely one of my favorite ones to use. And I'm always, like I said, watching those promos. So just get in there, and even if you haven't tried it yet, definitely test it out. Check it out.
Yeah, I
Get
would
in
test it out. Just check it out. Check it out. Links should be in the description of this
there.
video. So definitely sign up with Weeks and check those guys out. We have a giveaway coming up at the end of the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button. Let's go. Let's go. There's some news that I want to go over for today from Weeks, actually. C2C multi-fiat support expansion. So now they have the ability for my, how do I say that? Ghanaians? I don't know how you say Ghana. People from Ghana.
Ghanaian? Ghanaian?
Ghanaians.
I'm going
So
with that.
Ghana, yeah, the Ghana CD is now available for deposits. You can also use the Ethiopian birr or beer. And of course, now they have the South African rand available for support. So definitely my people over in Africa, over in South Africa, check it out. You now have the ability to deposit your funds in your local currencies. Users can purchase crypto assets via local payment methods in a secure and fast and zero fee manner, lowering entry barriers and enabling broader global access to crypto markets. So that's a round of applause for that. WEEX the best for sure. Now, also last week we talked about this. This is a new feature they have over on Weex. H5 browser trading, no download required. Trade directly from your browser, no app download needed. Supports both spot and futures trading, allowing users to start trading anytime, anywhere with a seamless and efficient experience. Let's go ahead and watch that video right now.
Wherever I go, I'm on home turf. Weex mobile browsers, no download, just trading. Storage for memories, freedom for trades. Weex mobile browsers, no download, just trading. Weak signal, strong trade. Weex mobile browsers, no download, just trading.
All right, ladies and gents, it's time for that AMA section of the video. Let's go, Weex. That's right, let's go. So, we asked you guys to drop your UID numbers. We asked you to drop us a question you may have, and we would try to pick one of them. The early bird gets the worm. So I've got to scroll all the way up, Jenna. I'm going to scroll all the way up. There's a lot of chat activity in this live stream right now. Shout out to everyone. Make sure you hit the like button again. Please hit the like button. All right, so I'm going to scroll all the way up to the top as far as I can. People started dropping their stuff early, man. I'm talking about Wednesday, Jenna. They were dropping it, their questions, all the way back then. So I'm going to try to scroll up as far as I possibly can to get some of the early birds, and we'll take one of their questions, and you will get a $10 giveaway. We're giving away $10 to 10 people, so $100 all together. I'll select 3 of them. I wish Jenna had the ability to pull up a question as well, but we can't at this point. But we will be giving away $10 to 10 people, and I'll pick 3 of them, and then the Weex team will pick the other 7. So cross your fingers, pray to Satoshi, whatever you want to do, that you win. But let's see what we got here, Jenna. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit more. Okay, everybody got to the top.
They have been blowing it up all week. Every time I turn on, tons of notifications.
I'm telling you, man, it's so crazy. I'm gonna go with the first guy. Literally, he was the first comment on the video. Tizzy from Vegas says, or Tizzy Vegas says, what impact could recent or upcoming regulatory discussions such as the Clarity Act have on crypto exchanges and everyday traders? And that is his Weex ID. So you're going to be getting $10, my friend, for the question. I appreciate it. Clarity Act and on crypto exchanges, you know, I'm not on that side of the business as a crypto exchange. Great question, but as far as for everyday traders, Jenna, I don't really see much of a difference for us traders with this Clarity Act.
No,
what do you think?
No, and I don't want to say it's a nothing burger, but I think it'll make more sense. And I think that we'll see the effects of that, the pumpamentals during the bull market. I don't think it's going to have any kind of big effect right now, to be honest with you, even when it's passed. Sorry.
Only thing I can think of, I'm just grasping for something. Maybe traders in the U.S. Maybe there could be some restrictions or something for traders in the U.S. possibly after the Clarity Act passes. But crypto is worldwide, baby. Crypto is worldwide. Thank God. Crypto is worldwide.
Can't you get around that though with like a Palau ID and a VPN? I did not just say that.
Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So thank you, Tizzy Vegas, for that one. We appreciate that. Let's pick another one here. Let's see. What's your? This is from Bluesy 1989. She says, "What's your outlook on?" Well, actually, I can't use hers because she didn't leave her UID number. Come on, Bluesy.
I thought you were street smart, bro.
Come on, Bluesy. I thought you were street smart. Krato YouTube says, is Bitcoin dominance signaling strength or is it suppressing the next altcoin cycle? Jenna, what's your take on that one?
I haven't even looked at Bitcoin dominance, to be honest with you.
Me
in
either.
Like a minute.
Me either. That's crazy.
Can we pull it up right now?
Yeah, let's try to pull that up really quickly. Let's go over here and let's see what we got on Bitcoin dominance really quickly, guys. Can we get Bitcoin dominance up? Where is it? So I don't even know where to look, Jenna. Is it 35? Is that what that's indicating?
Altcoin season. Yeah. That shows us Bitcoin dominance.
I think so. So Bitcoin's dominance is at 35. Over the last 90 days, it has increased, essentially, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not alt season.
No, it's not. It's not all season at all.
I can tell you that.
I think Bitcoin dominance signaling strength is, I just think it's part of, Jenna, the geopolitical issues we have going on right now. That's what I think is the issue, right? So people are, if they're a little uneasy, if you have, and there are sovereign nations buying Bitcoin, they're not going to go buy your latest meme coin. They're not going to go buy Solana. They're going to go buy the OG, the original, the non-greater Bitcoin. So I think with elevated risks in the market geopolitically, you're going to see Bitcoin dominance increase. Now, if things settle down, we get some clarity on a lot of things, Clarity Act, no pun intended, geopolitical ceasefires and all of that, peace in the Middle East. Remember that back in the 90s? Peace to the Middle East. Peace to the Middle East.
Oh my God.
Peace to the Middle East. If we get all of that, maybe you'll start to get another rally in the altcoins. But this is a question I have for you, Jenna. Altcoin rally. What does it look like this next bull run? Is it going to be memes? Is it going to be your layer ones? What's going to be the rally? Gamify, DeFi? What is it going to be?
Okay, so I think historically, like the past 2 cycles, the memes always pop off first, right? I always think that they're the first indicators, whether it's Doge, SHIB. You see those OG memes that nobody really messes with except for like the old holders, and they always just start popping. And then that's the sign to me that, okay, watch the different altcoins. I definitely think like the L2s are dead. A lot of the ones on Solana, stuff like that. Sorry to say that.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, and I think we've got to look like a lot of AI stuff. For me, like on the XRPL side, I'm looking at like the EVM side chains like Zahao, Evernote, stuff like that, things with utility and things that have clarity that are going to pass with these regulations. We have to look at that, and I still think we're going to have the AI meta. So that's kind of where I'm at on that.
AI
what do you think?
meta. Okay, yeah. I think AI again is going to be a huge factor this coming bull run. It's going to be a huge factor. Now, will AI coins be part of that? I'm not too sure, Jenna. I think it's more so AI using the coins that we already, are already in the ecosystem.
Yeah, like look at Solana though, and how they're integrating AI with what we just read, like, and went over today and everything. And I think the
Right.
ones that are the bigger chains, they're adapting, that are using it, and also that can become quantum resistant and have those updates and upgrades. That
Oh
takes a
man,
lot of
that's
fear
big.
out of
Good
things as
point. Good
well.
point. Good
Yeah,
point.
because
Very
that's
good
that's
point on the
scaring
quantum.
people.
It is scaring me. It's not scaring some people. There, I get a lot of flack on Twitter. People saying, "Blood, you're over exaggerating. You're overreacting. Q day is not a problem for Bitcoin." Even you got some big pundits that know what they're talking about, that say that Q day is not an issue. I tend to disagree. Listen. One thing about me, you can be Satoshi himself. If I don't agree with you, I don't agree with you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna have my own opinion. That's just what it is. So let's see here. Trying to find one more, Jenna, before we wrap up for today.
Make it juicy, something really
I know
juicy.
I'm looking. Hit the like button, guys, as we look for a good question to bring up and give you $10 towards trading on Weex platform. Looking at the current compression, how do you assess expansion move factors determine? Let's see, with institutional exposure. Okay, let's use this. He didn't leave his UID number. Oh my God! Come on, guys. You gotta drop your UID number. It's consolidated before the next breakout or trap.
Just
All right,
lost 10 bucks.
We'll go with this one. With Bitcoin holding strong, is this consolidation before the next breakout or a trap for late buyers? Also, which altcoins are showing real strength beyond hype right now? Let's answer the first one. Consolidation before the next breakout or a bull trap? What do you think?
Oh, I think we'll be sideways for a while. I'll be honest, I don't think we're gonna go much lower than like the 60s. I don't. I think like we'll be sideways if we dip a little bit. That's fine. I just don't ever really see us if we get to the point we go below 50. I don't think that we're gonna stay there.
Who
I think
said?
that it's
Someone said that. Someone
undervalued.
just said that 60 is the low. Oh, it was Sailor.
Yeah, I think that's
Michael
the
Saylor
low.
just came out this week.
Did he? I didn't even realize he
Yeah.
said that. It's just
Yep.
there's too much value in it, right? Too many holders, too many big hands in it. It's so undervalued, honestly, even at this point right now. So if it gets under there, it's just gonna get scooped right back up. I believe in that. These guys who have
Interesting.
these treasuries, they're not just gonna let it just, go to shit. They're not going to.
Right.
Too many people have their
Right.
hands in it, too many believers. And this is what you wait for. This is like people believe in it. They wait for these moments, right? Scoop it
That's
up
true.
and then hope they find a quantum resistant, hack for this, fix for this. But yeah, no, I mean, I think sideways for a while. Honestly, it's good consolidation time for me.
No, that's good. Well, we appreciate everyone's questions. The team will go ahead and pick the other 7. So cross those fingers. Pray to Satoshi that you win one of those. Again, thank you to the winners. Credo, YouTube. We've got Tizzy Vegas and Ema Patel. Thank you guys for your questions and congratulations for the win. Let's see, man. I think that is pretty much it. Any last words, Jenna? I want people to follow you. Not last words like that.
Oh my God.
I want people to follow you before you do drop your last few comments. I want people to go ahead and follow Jenna on X right now. Let me see if I can pull it up really quickly. Let me pull it up.
At Jenna X Crypto. Super, super easy.
At Jenna X Crypto. There you go.
I'm working really
Jenna.
hard on building a DAO right now with my friends.
Nice.
Yeah, because I believe that we should all have a voice, and we're using our XRP for decentralized governance, because you know how we love to hold our XRP and do nothing with it. So that's what we do.
Right,
Except now we can earn yield. But no, so working really hard on that, and Also, I do all kinds of fun giveaways for Lucky Hash, which are like these scratchers. They're crypto scratchers, so you can earn XRP and all different crypto tokens with those. They're just super fun. So keep an eye on my profile for that because I give those away frequently. And just good vibes, but a lot of XRP community stuff. So if you hate XRP, it might not be for you, but I'm still a fun time. Those are my last words.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you.
And don't give up. Like, even if this gets depressing and long and drawn out and it's your first cycle, listen, this is the time to learn, see who's building, meet builders, mess around with AI, vibe code something yourself. This is the time for building and stacking and all that good stuff. So just don't get depressed. This is just how it goes. Those are my words.
This is how it goes. Unfortunately, guys, you gotta get through the pain for the gain, ladies and gents. You gotta get through the pain for the gain, guys. All right. Again, Jenna, we really appreciate you coming on today. Again, guys, go follow Jenna right now. Yeah, we are definitely excited for more Jenna on the show. All right, Jenna, appreciate you coming on, and we will check you later.
Thank you, Blood. See you guys.
All righty. All right, guys, so you can sign up at Weex right now using that QR code. Someone earlier asked how they can sign up. There you go, My Crypto Space. Sign up, get the perks. I got a lot of perks over there for signing up under my VIP code as well. So definitely do that. And also one other perk, and you got to sign up under my VIP code, but one other thing that you get or can get is a 7-day free trial of Bloodalytics. All right, 7-day free trial of Bloodalytics, and the only way you can do that is going to bloodalytics.com/Weex. I'll put the QR code on the screen for you right now. There you go. 7-day free trial of Scalpalytics Pro V2. That's what I use daily for scalping. That's what Jenna uses. So if you want a free trial of that, you gotta sign up with. Go point this way. You got to sign up with Weex. Scan that QR code. It'll take you to this page right here. If you don't have a Weex account, create yourself a Weex account right there. Find your UID number and fill out this form, and you'll get started there, ladies and gents. So hey, why not? Why not? That is pretty much it, ladies and gents, for today. I really appreciate each and every one of you tuning in to the show. Make sure you guys come join us next week. We're doing it every week, Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll probably have another great epic guest next week, so stay tuned. And I appreciate each and every one of you. We're out of here, people. Peace.
Get out! I'm busy!
Go play with your dog. I'll watch the market.
Fine! Can you buy BTC at 70,000?
Standing by.
Wait, no!
Don't scold him. 2,000 USDT secured. Buy your dog a robot.
Just trading.